Can everybody hear me just fine? Beep boop. Oh, God. Hey. Woo! All right. Hello, fellow compatriots. This is your host, Triple here, and today we're going to be drawing a few character designs. So that should be fun. Let me get this all set up here. So, found out in the last stream you guys really liked the live aspect. So I thought, hey, what better way than to have some more live interactions with all of you in the chat, but also draw out some more designs. Because right now we've already have, let's skip this. We got UH1, we got Voa, we got Huzu, we got Amino, and now we're going to finalize Wakuragi. So that should be fun. So we're going to be focusing on drawing some more character designs, and that should be fun. Because you know me, this has been a long time coming, to be fair, drawing all these characters. And I thought, you know what? I want a slow time, a slow experience, just to take things to the down low. Be like, okay, what can we do for fun in the meantime? So, going through the entire character catalog and doing the characters. So we're going to do a side profile of this guy just to get warmed up. Let me go ahead and get my templates. Is this the templates? No, that's comics. I do everything physical, so my apologies for drawing all these designs on paper instead of on a digital canvas. I guess you could say I'm old-fashioned in that regard. There we go. Got ourselves sketchbooks. Oh yeah. Some of my arts. Let me show some of these. I'm pretty happy with it. Now we need to put the camera in a better angle. I think we need to put the camera in a better angle. That looks good. It's a little bit closer to over my shoulder, so that actually works. Some more artworks. Jamie says, hi, it's Jamie. Garganta says, hello, Tripotron. I've been revamping my mocks as well. Now in mid of revamping the Lightning mock. Cat can't stay off shelf. And I have seen a few of your builds. They are quite impressive. I'm going to have to go ahead and update the Hall of Creation. There's been quite a lot of nice builds lately in that regard. Yeah, you guys are very talented with all your builds. I am honestly impressed. I wish I could do more mocking, but right now, how things are, that's going to be a little bit easier said than done. Unfortunately, it's just due to the nature of how things are sometimes. I mean, I would like to do some more mock building, but man, he's actually pretty tall for a character, actually quite tall. But I think I'm gonna have to do two. He's asymmetrical, so I'm gonna have to draw another one of him. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm not drawing 2 Wakaragis, I'm drawing 3 Wakaragis, which is more than 2, and that's terrifying. You know, it was going to be a prepare for trouble, make it double, but I guess we're going to be making a triple for how bad this guy is. There's 3 of him. The heroes of Ascending Depths are definitely going to have to run for their money in this regard. Jimmy Dorr says, I didn't see anything new yesterday for Bionicle Day. Yeah, it was pretty weird. I was hearing a lot of that in the last stream, that there was a whole lot of nothing. Just talks about some future projects that they're going to be doing. The most concerning part that I found out was it's like hardly anything is live anymore. Like everything's like pre-recorded like months ago, like especially the tier list. So that was like kind of concerning in that regard. I was actually very concerned in regards to that. I was like, oh no. That's that no good. That's actually pretty the opposite of good. That's a oh no situation. Very much an oh no situation. I feel like this is going to be sticking out a bit further. But yeah, I was like surprised. You know, usually with Bionicle Day, they usually try to keep things, you know, lively. You know, and when you use the term lively, it's supposed to refer to like, hey, actual human interactions like I am having with all of you lovelies right now. Unicorn says, hey, I'm early this time. Hey, welcome. Lego Diego says, hi, Trib. Hello. Yeah, I decided to do another stream. The last one was like 4 hours. And like I had some pre-recorded stuff in there showcasing the commercial. If you want to see the rookie commercial, check out the other live stream. It's actually pretty good. The stuff that I've been cooking lately, so you might like all that. But other than that, you know, we've been drawing a lot of character designs, and you know, honestly, it's been pretty fun drawing all these different types of characters. And now that I don't have to worry so much about, okay, what do the pieces look like? anymore. All the parts are finalized at this point. I just had to keep making the pieces that make up this man, this man, this man, this woman, and this man. You know, just all that. I'm making, because all the parts are finalized. So I'm like, yes, about time. I can now move on to my life, and I can make all these sets and make these characters the way that I was wanting to do since 2020. Which is a long time. It is a long time, but honestly, I'm just so thankful. I am so thankful. Yeah, that will go there. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a bit more back. There we go. Lego Diego says, I'm surprised that you're posting streams daily. I'm going to be having to do streams more often, mainly due to the fact that I ran out of space. I literally ran out of space for mocking. I have to make my studio in quickly. If I get the chance to build a studio, the sooner I will be able to make more mocks and also give away builds. Potentially, if things prove well on the Patreon. By the way, go ahead and check me out on Patreon. I finally got Patreon back up. So you guys can no longer have to bully me in that regard. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Okay, so Viacron says, hello, make a crab. Make a crab? Okay, hold on. I has crab. Let me see if I can find him. Oh, green. I love green. This is green. My best gal. Where's crab? I know I have crab somewhere. There we go. Crab. Crab. You now have crab. You have flying crab. Flying crab is best crab. You're welcome, everybody. Udra Micro says, one thing that I've been wondering for some time, do you think that Bionicle could have used some power exploits, like using seemingly useless mask in a way that makes its power actually OP? Yeah, you know what? That is something that I've always would have liked to see, and I always try to think of clever ways when I do a lot of RPs from time to time. So sometimes what I would do is, let me think of a mask. That is pretty. Oh, okay. I think I got one, but it's mostly with. Actually, most cases I use. Oh, wait a minute! I remember one. All right, so one time I was playing Dungeons Dragons, but it was a Bionicle styled campaign that I was doing, and in said Bionicle campaign, I was playing as Tributron naturally, and you know he wears a kakama. At least before. So there was a giant Rahi that I had to encounter, and instead of like trying to like fight the beast, I was trying to subdue it and tame it. And seeing that the creature in particular was stressed out, what I decided to do was hop onto the back of the Rahi and then use my mask as a vibrator. So I made my Toa vibrate so that it's like he turned into a giant back massager. My Toa of Ice, Terex, he became a giant back massager for this giant sloth beast. And I was able to calm it and tame it because I vibrated. Which is an interesting way to take care of a would-be scary situation, but it was a fun experience nonetheless. I had a lot of fun in that regard, doing all the various shenanigans that one would suspect for such a character. I would do it again. I would make my Toe of Ice vibrate again. That was actually pretty fun. I had a lot of enjoyment with that. Probably a little bit too much. It was still cool though, using vibration abilities to calm a creature. All right. Oh, okay, sorry. I got a little carried away. All right, Jimmy Dorr says, these are sketches. If what you're saying is true, then what pieces are you using for them? Okay. I got some prototypes. Hang on right there. They will be easier if I showed you guys. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. All right. Okay. Lego Diego says, I'm doing a lot of cool things on Reddit. Yes, crab. That crab head has the same shape as Beast Machine's Megatron's Flying Fortress. It does. And I love Beast Machines. But I like Beast Wars better. Okay, so Lego Diego says, when I first got Reddit, I wasn't that into it, but when I found out about many subreddits, my whole social media life changed. Oh, that's great! Supersonic says, yo, I'm back. Welcome back. There's even my own subreddit. Yep. Udrum Micro says, I have a few Kanoi that I've made up for a Bionicle story. One of them is the Kanoi Punoa. A Kanoi that can change the surface of objects, like making them more slippery, more rough, softer, or harder. That's interesting. That's cool. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, pieces. Let me show you the pieces. So, these parts went through many stages over the years, and I mean many stages. So, I'm going to try to grab one of the older ones. There we go. So you have parts like these and parts like these, and they come in different shapes and sizes, and they're designed to interlock with each other. And I showed these before. This isn't new. And I cleaned them up a little bit so they're not as bad as they once were, but still, they're going to have to be cleaned up a bit. I'm not really too satisfied. And there's different lengths too. I have made them in different sizes, different lengths. This one actually turned out pretty good, all things considered. But yeah, so that's the building system. And let me go ahead and showcase something in relation to the drawings. Let's go back a bit. All right, this is Huzu. This is a head. And you can slide a brain into the head, and it's an actual brain. So that's why you see in the drawing, they have the brain exposed. This head is going to be that. So you can see how well it translates to the drawing art form. It actually translates pretty well, all things considered. There you go, a little behind the scenes of pre-existing parts. I make my own pieces. I should have emphasized on that. I make my own parts. I have to if I'm going to be making an entire toy line. And they're still going to be compatible with Lego, you know, with classic Bionicle and everything like that. No, they'll still perform well. So you don't have to worry in regards to that. And that needs to be higher, actually. That should be good in that regard. All right. There we go. The mask is owned by a female member of per species, by the way. Okay. Who here is excited for Murder Drone's finale? Jamie Dore says, would you ever want to work for Lego? Absolutely. Matter of fact, that's one of the main reasons why I studied to become a mechanical, for being a mechanical engineer. So, because the plan was for me to actually move to Denmark once I applied to work at Lego. No, it was actually a very tempting proposition. But at the end of the day, I was like, I would like to expand my portfolio more and like projects that I worked on and so forth, which is why I was in a few fan projects as well as working on this project in particular to just show like my range as a creator. You know, and I try to challenge myself by like either making things that walk by themselves, other play features or mechanisms that require a specific set of skills. So it's been fun. If I do say so myself, I have been having a lot of fun in doing all these different and unique designs over the years. All right, and now he has the infamous block in the middle. Yeah. I actually submitted a few Lego Ideas projects, funny enough, over the years. When I started early, actually. I made a play feature that can interact with another play feature. So, like, basically, with an arm swing function, you could also activate other play features. And this was expanded in other builds that I've done, like outside of just the Lego idea sets. Like, I even made like a play feature where I was very intrigued by the Toa Uniters from G2 in 2016 that I made a play feature where when you connect the creature onto the back of the figure, it creates like a key which unlocks a new gearbox in the pre-existing Toa build. So instead of having like just like a chunk of a gearbox with wings that is the creature itself has a specific key that when interlocked into the back of the character can do like a new form of movement, either by waist rotation, so that like no longer it's just the standard arm swing function. Now the waist can turn while the arm swings, or stuff like that. And that's what I have done for AD. For not for AD, but I might do it for ascending depths. It's tempting, but that is like something that I have done for a hot minute now. There we go. That looks good. And then, of course, we have to get the elephant in the room, which is that face. I feel like the most logical approach is just doing the massive eyebrows first. Get that side profile out of the way. Lego Diego says, "Hail Denmark!" Super Science Studio says, "So any plans for chatting on Discord?" Yeah, we can chat on Discord a little bit later. Lego Diego says, "Hey Trev, ever heard or watched Happy Tree Friends?" No, I have not. Is that like a animated show? Like, is it like a comedy or Or what is it? I feel like that gesture line needs to be more gentle. There we go. And then that goes there. That will fall about there. Okay, how does this work? Okay, yep. That's about right. And then that there. I feel like we can darken this. I feel like his eyebrows would be a little bit more darker in that regard. I feel like that would work pretty nicely. There we go. Side profile number 1. Basically done. For a very simplistic version of said art style. Natar says, hello, cannot be here for long. Welcome regardless. And welcome to the time after time, which is the new slogan for Ascending Depths. I know, very original. The time after time. What in the cycle am I even talking about? Supersonic says the show looks friendly but is super violent. Oh, I like violent stuff. Don't threaten me with a good time, Supersonic. Udra Mike says, Happy Tree of Friends is just mindless gore, and the only joke is that it's done by cute animal characters. That's it. Oh, well, that's underwhelming. That is actually pretty underwhelming. Jamie Dort says, could you envision a Bionicle Lego Star Wars fan fiction story where Star Wars characters are biomechanical beings saving the galaxy from evil? I mean, that's what Space Warriors was. Lego Ideas. There was a Lego Ideas project that I did called Space Warriors, where I did basically just that, where it's like, hey, what if these characters... Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. I have a tiny little pupper being very enthusiastic right now. If you have animals, you'll understand. All right, I'm back. Oh. All right, I'm gonna have to reorient this. There we go. Woo! Okay. Lego Diego says, I remember watching HDF as a kid and not being terrified about it. So you could say I was a Chad as a kid. I respect that. But anyways, about Space Warriors. So that was a Lego theme that I did for Lego Ideas, where it focused on this one character called Tana, and her whole deal was that she came from like the planet Mars, but she was like a lone survivor type of deal, and she had to go ahead and navigate across the stars in order to travel to other worlds, bring to fight evildoers and stuff like that. It's literally just Bionicle mixed with Hero Factory with a little bit of Star Wars. Like there's would be like different factions as well. And it loosely tied to BioLegend, which was basically a post-apocalyptic Earth, but there were these robots that were bringing life back to the planet. However, the plot twist would be that they were never actually really robots. They were actual people with their brains implanted into robotic bodies. But they didn't know that. They were like brainwashed into thinking that they were actual legitimate robots. So they were like, oh, wait, me was human? And so like there would be like some clues where it's like, oh, this they are some of them have a connection, you know, of some sort. You know, it could be something simple and minute, like how would I phrase it? Like there could be a particular item that could like trigger an innate response type of deal. It's kind of like Ray in Evangelion. If you guys seen Evangelion, and you know how deep the lore can be, so if you don't know and don't care, actually, I'm not gonna spoil it. Evangelion's good. If you haven't seen Evangelion, watch it. But anyways, if you know, you know. That's all I'll say. So like, they're basically a whole bunch of Rays, in the sense that, you know, they don't know the true nature of themselves, and sometimes, you know, there could be like a innate response with like a particular situation or environment where it could trigger something, and they would be like, oh, I don't know why, but I want to keep doing this, or I don't know why, but you know, I this feels special and I can't explain why type of deal. And it gets pretty deep and pretty dark for a Lego theme, but on the surface, you know, it's very much like We gotta go save the planet. Yippee! Come on, buddies. Let's go save the planet. We're going to go ahead and stop pollution and save the day. Woohoo! Type of thing. Very kiddie, but if you look deeper into it, it's like, oh my god. Is this a Lego theme? I don't feel comfortable. Hug me. I'm scared. Except not that serious, please. So I still have it written. Like the book was made, but it hasn't been published. And the reason why I haven't published it yet is because I went to I actually got a fake publishing company. I went to a fake one in accident. Like I thought it was like a legitimate publishing group, but it wasn't. And it's like, oh no, I dodged a bullet there. I dodged a bullet, but I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Definitely didn't need that. Yeah, definitely did not need that. Eardrop Micro says, reminds me of my own sci-fi horror short where a guy from an insectoid race and some other guy are supposed to investigate a missing caves on the moon. On a moon that orbits an enigmatic planet. Ooh. Lego Diego says, sorry, Trip, but I'm not so much into anime in general. Jamie Dora says, that's very cheesy dialogue coming from the writers. I know it's cheesy, but you know, it has to be kid friendly at the end of the day. But it can be very dark if it needed to be. You know, that's the whole premise with everything is like, hey, it can be dark. Of course it can be dark. Oh, let me go ahead and you'll be able to see what I'm sketching once I go ahead and darken the lines, because that's usually the process that I go. I like to make outlines, making sure everything is the way that I want it to be before I do an oopsie daisy and be like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should not do that type of deal. There we go. And okay, I don't like how I did his crotch. I am redrawing the crotch plate. You know, inadvertently, this guy kind of reminds me a lot of Kamen Rider. I can't be the only one that sees that, right? Does he look like a Kamen Rider? Because he very much looks like a Kamen Rider. Like your average, you know, over the top villainous guy. He's like a... Oh man, I want to talk so much about the story. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something interesting for this stream. If you have any questions in regards to the story of Ascending Depths, feel free to ask away. I have up to several years of story, a full story Bible, and everything. So ask away if you have any questions in regards to Ascending Depths. And that also can count development as well, if you guys want to know anything about that, because this is Bionicle Day, and you know what? I am feeling very like, you know what? What if I talked about my own stuff? You know, it's coming into being. I could talk about it. No one's stopping me. So you heard that right. Any question? I am an open book in regards to AD. Once in a lifetime experience. Because I'm probably not going to be streaming tomorrow. So choose your questions wisely. Oh, Bionicle cheese! I love Bionicle cheese. Bionicle cheese is my favorite. Udron Micro says, how do elemental powers work in ascending depths? Oh, so elemental powers are more magical based in AD. So but it's only with those who are more pure in blood. Basically, the more closer they're tied to the ancestors that used those type of powers, the more stronger it will be for them to use those powers. For example, Wakaragi here, he's close to very close to the bloodline of the gods, and so he's able to use a mask and also manipulate the elements around him to a degree. It's limited though, but he can still use powers. The elements. The element that he has, rather. I feel like that was too close. Woo! So yeah, in simple terms, if you're close to a particular bloodline, you're able to use said power. It's a little bit different than what you would expect in Bionicle. You know, because the general theme of Ascending Depths is about legacy. You know, and how and the many paths to that in life. And also focusing on circumstances as well. Oh, and also I forgot to. There we go. That's better. Wait. That I did it wrong? I did something wrong. Shoulder pad, it needs to be lower, and the chest has to come out more. I made his torso too narrow. Why? Why? I was doing so good. I was like, I know something's missing, but I can't put my finger on it. No, he doesn't have that much of a chub chub. Oh, wait, no. Wrong curve. Wrong curve. I had to invert everything. All right. Udra Micro says, reminds me a bit of my augmentation power system of AeroCal, where characters gain powers by injecting themselves with liquids, gravitum, which are actually supposed to be used for manual labor. Interesting. But then people discovered that their augmentations give them powers far beyond that, and then the plot kicks in. Oh, interesting. Mr. Flamingo says, hi! Welcome, Mr. Flamingo. You're looking absolutely fabulous and stunning today. The lads walked straight into the chat looking very fashionable. I respect that. There we go. I think I got it this time. I have no idea what I have next on the list to draw, so I'm gonna be looking at my my roster of characters that I'm making for Ascending Depths. Just a reference, to see what I should be drawing next, because I got a big good rogues catalog of characters. I mean, it can't be like a Bionicle successor if you don't have a lot of characters under for your rogues gallery. Yeah. There we go. That's one, and done right there. And then he also has a blocky arm, but this time get to have some fun with this one, because it's simple. And I like simplicity. Simplicity is a virtue. And big arm. I think we'll just... Oh, no, that's incorrect. Needs to be more in like this. The Power of arms. Gotta love it. I find the more like animalistic versions of the characters more fun to draw. Like, sure, this guy was fun to draw, but like now it's like I can't wait to draw the next character. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. Because that is how I am feeling right now. It's like, all right, time for the next character. When do we start type of thing. I want to start. And I can't wait to do ink. Ink is probably one of my more favorite things to do when I start like doing all the I think I'm gonna keep it simple and just have it be a fist. Oh god, I messed up on the thumb. You know what? I'm just gonna do the hand and then draw the thumb. There we go. Get my There we go. When in doubt, just make a fist. All right. Jamie Dorr says, I'm gathering pieces right now for Christmas X-Wing. We have time before Christmas, but I want to get it done before then. I feel that. Yep. Udrum Micro says, 2 questions. Love canon, is love canon in some devs, and will you give one of your main set wave villains a redemption arc? You don't have to answer the second one if you don't want to spoil anything. Okay. So, for our first question, love is canon. A matter of fact, love is... I'm gonna... So, Voa here, she's going to be having the hots for another character, a well-regarded huntress. And, like, she's a bit of a loudmouth and a bit bombastic, but, you know, she will find, like, because she wants to get back home. At the end of the day, that's like her main motive in the story is she just wants to find a way back home, and she's not really committed to saving people all that much. So kind of an interesting direction to go for a character. You know, she's more focused on trying to find a way back that it may jeopardize other people on the team. And, you know, from like meeting this character, she realized that like there's beauty in the people that she's around with, you know, and she finds a new home at the end of the day. So yeah. And yeah, this guy, he has parents. This guy, we don't know if he has parents. He has parents. all that sort of stuff. Mr. Flamingo Man says, thank you. My mug of Umrak is still a work in progress. I just have to wait for the set to arrive. Also, you're a really good artist. Thank you. I'm glad you like my work, my arts. I'm gonna scooch this camera a bit back so you guys can. Actually, no, that doesn't work. Let me see if I can. There we go. That should be better. Woo! All right. So let's go ahead and draw some feet and then his head again, and then we go to the next character in the Rogues Gallery. Second question, I'm not answering because that has bigger weight in the narrative. And I'm gonna draw this man's big eyebrows again. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna make his eyebrows bigger. I think the eyebrows aren't big enough. I think Wakaragi needs the biggest of of eyebrows. There we go. They're bigger now. I think he looks better with the bigger eyebrows. You know, nothing says evil like a big pointy head. There we go, and there we go. There we go, and almost lost track there. That could have been very bad, and I don't know why, but I decided to give this guy the most complex mask ever. And by complex, here's a high quality render. Let me find a. There we go. I found it. There we go. I'm happy how this mask turned out. So this is the mask that he has. Wakaragi. I think it turned out pretty well, all things considered. That's a high quality render right there of Wakaragi's face. It's not a face, it's actually a mask. I should preface that. He has a mask. Because it's the only mask that I have that's close to his description. At the end of the day, yeah, I got it. And now we get to get some dark marker and start coloring this thing up. And then we're on to the next character. Yippee! Get this guy really popping. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. There we go. And look at this beautiful man. Look at him. He's coming along quite nicely. Gotta love it. Nice design for the mask of Wakarage. Don't know if it's spelled correctly. Okay. That's how you spell it. I know, I'm sorry that I have a very delicious 1080p. I apologize about that, but you were close. You were very close. That's actually pretty good. I think I did well with the naming. Udor Mike says, by the way, did you watch Lego Dreams? I binged it with one of my siblings, and Logan, the bully to friend comic relief character, literally carries the whole show for me. Everyone else is so meh. Yeah, Mateo. I don't really care much about Mateo. One of the episodes that I really did like was like there was this. It was in the beginning of the show actually, where in one of the episodes they had to enter through the castle and they had to face their worst nightmare. And like it actually felt like a dreamscape, like an actual fever dream, and I actually like that. However, the things that I found like very inconsistent in the show is like is going to sleep, because the characters are like always so excited all the time, and it's like no. If you're gonna go to sleep, like you're gonna have to relax yourself. You can't be like, it's kind of like a situation where it's like, oh no, we gotta save a friend, but you have like so much adrenaline as if like tomorrow is like Christmas or something and you can't sleep. You know, those types of situations. It's like if you know your friend is in danger, but you keep panicking about it, you're not gonna sleep. And I like that they introduced Cheramine tea and stuff like that. That helps a little bit. But I feel like there's a lot of stuff that they planned for that show that just never made it through. If that makes any sense. I feel like there was a lot of stuff in the show that that I think it wasn't originally that way. I feel like there was a lot of changes behind the scenes. But other than that, it's enjoyable. I just wish they did more with it, because a theme about dreams, it's actually really clever for a Lego theme. I just wish they dove deeper into the dream thing thematically. In my biased opinion. Again, I still recommend watching the show for anyone that hasn't seen the show. Like, Logan is cool. It's good. It's a good show to fold your laundry to as you play it in the background. That's what I would say. There's some funny moments too. You know, because there's like some sequences that reminds me of like early 2000s cartoons for like the slapstick comedy type of thing. Like there was this one particular scene that reminded me of Fairy Godparents, where one of the agents had the mentality of a baby, and I was like, okay, this takes me back to Fairy Odd Parents. Okay, nice reference there. It's overused, yes, but I enjoyed it. I'm a simple human being. Okay, am I missing any lines? No, except for the head, so I'm good. Yippee! He has the most imposing eyebrows ever. I love this man. There we go. One side view done. Yippee! And now I get to do the other. But first, let me darken some lines so that it actually feels like I'll darken that. Maybe that. Definitely that. That works. Now that is a face that you can love. Udra Micro says the worst thing about Dreams was when it was revealed that the hunter guy was the dad of this mysterious girl. I forgot the name of it. It just felt so cheap. Like, hey, we haven't. Oh, we haven't had a twist in a while. Let's make these two characters father and daughter for no reason. That is so weird. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's kind of dumb. That's actually very dumb. That shouldn't be a thing. Oh yeah, the second season launched, right? That's from the second season. I haven't seen the second season. Oh no. You know what? To be fair, I'm not missing much. I'm not missing much. I already made my point about like Lego Dreams. It's a good show to watch in the background, to have playing in the background. Some moments are funny out of context. Other than that, I'm not very committed. Now the sets. Oh my god, the Lego sets are amazing for Dreams. I want to get every single one of them. But I can only do that once I make my studio because I need space. I literally have no space right now. Space is getting so bad because Ascending Depths is getting bigger and it's been more demanding in terms of space for not only prototypes but inventory of products, packaging, the whole 9 yards. My bedroom is not even my bedroom anymore. It's now also part of my office, which shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing, but it is. My bedroom? Haha, not anymore. It's my workstation now as well. For you know it, the entire house will be my workshop. Even when I'm not at work, I'm at work. Which is actually very relatable. There we go. Oh yeah, he needs... He needs his arm. There we go. Oh, do. Do, do. Din, down. Din, down. Din, din. User Microsoft says, oh my god, sorry, my English. Blah, 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 blah. The second season had some interesting concepts, but like I said, it has very dumb moments as well. Yeah. That's real. That's very real. So that also brings up another point that I have about the dumb stuff. I think one of the more dumbest episodes that I saw was it's in between the video game world where someone was cheating in the in the in the VR chat world. You know what I'm talking about. That's just VR chat. Let's be honest. In the VR chat world, and then or like the when they were up in the mountains with the Yeti, but they could only use so much dream energy because they were running out of the dream powder. That one was kind of dumb. Both of those. There we go. I had to do one streak for this one, and I had to make it good. You know, now that I say that, now I'm going to mess up. Or not. Nice. I'm really enjoying this art style. I'm sorry. But one of my favorite shows, on the topic of shows, one of my favorites was Transformers Animated. That show was like so good. I love Transformers Animated, which is part of the reason why there's some influence in these character designs due solely due to Transformers Animated. And honestly, come to think about it, Bionicle needed a show. And I know it kind of had one with Journey to One, but I feel like if it had more time in the oven, it would have been a really good show. I think people would have clicked on a lot faster if it just hit the ground running, if you know what I mean, and just be like, oh, hey, you know, it has a show now, type of thing. Speak of series, imagine if The Legend Reborn would have had a TV show instead of a bad movie. Imagine if the characters weren't only actual fleshed out, but we get to see their families too. And it would give an actual screen time to the characters like Malum, Gilo, Tardek, and Pharaoh. I wasn't even looking at the chat, and we were talking about the same thing, basically. Oh my god. Yes. Gosh, I love 2009. It was a nice soft reset, nice reboot type of thing. I would have loved to see more of that. I would have loved to see more of that from Bionicle. We should have got more TV series. We should have, but we didn't. It's a crime. It is a major crime. And honestly, I'm very disappointed because it would have been so good. I mean, technically we're getting a show, but it's not the same when I'm the one that's making it. You know? It's different. I mean, we got Quest of Curzani and Ascending Depths now, so I don't know. I just want to see it at official capacity, you know? That would be nice to see. That's what Bionicle Day should be about. We should be making new intellectual properties or something. Expand the Bionicle narrative. That's what Bionicle is about. Creativity is an open sandbox where you can go ahead and write deep lore of pre-existing characters, make new ones even, you know, or do all sorts of stuff. You could do so much with it. Like, what if the Bone Hunters and Skrull were the raiders that eventually became the skeleton dudes in Bionicle G2? They could have became the Skeleton Warriors. You never know. You could have added that in the story. You know, how did they resurrect? How did it come to being? Um, or you can do stuff like very like comedic where the Chocomorph has to go ahead and rescue the power plant because Duracell bad guy is taking all the batteries. You know, the anything is possible. And it's gonna be a while before. Uh, I guess as I wait for the computer to load, I'm gonna go ahead and darken some lines. There we go. Finally. Come on. Load for me. I believe in you, computer. Story material. There we go. Go on, work for me. You got it. I need to get a new laptop. I need to get a new laptop. This is... I'm going to open up the character bio. I feel like that's going to be easier. All right. Jim Dore says, how would you be feeling about a Bionicle movie for a big screen that will eat up all loose ends and give Bionicle a true send-off instead of leaving it on a cliffhanger? I would like that. I would like that. That would be very nice. You know, if I could, like, I would definitely support a project like that. If a movie studio decided to go ahead and make an actual legitimate Bionicle movie. Udrum Igro says, I personally written an episode where Martinelli gets confronted by Salmed and his utterly cynical worldview and his hatred against his own kind for persecuting his tribe. Ooh, interesting. Like Martinelli being questioned if the Gory are really the good guys, but of course realizing that Salmed is still not justified in what he's doing. Ooh, that would be interesting. I'll be so down for that. Come on. Come on, computer. Beep boop. All right. I'm going to have to do it on the phone. When in doubt, use the phone. Files, sending depths, story material characters, bio sheet. Okay, Huzu, Anua, UH1, Voa. Oh. Okay. That's going to use a lot of ink. I don't want to use too much ink. All right, so we got Gondu. That's the next character that we're going to be doing. Okay, he's definitely robust. Actually, you know what? He's going to have a lean build. I feel like he's going to have a lean build. All right, next character. It was going to be Tina, but then that's going to be a lot of ink. And I don't want to use that much ink. I need to save it for everybody else. I think Tina will be like one of the last ones that I draw. All right, let's go ahead and write that down. Woo! All right, so we're going to be going to finish this piece, and then I think we're going to go ahead and call it. So I'm getting a little bit tired. And my wrist is still a little bit messed up too, so it's like, okay, I can't push it. Oh! I got an idea for how he's going to look, actually. I actually got an idea on how he's going to look with the parts. Wait a minute, he has a... Oh, right, that's right, that's right. I almost forgot. And how... And how he looks. I almost forgot. Oh, no. All right. So, I think I'll do the... Do the torso first and then go from there. Usually I go from the feet up, but for this case, I'm trying to figure out what's the best angle, if you know what I mean. because this design is going to be a bit of a head scratcher. I feel like it's going to have to be narrow. Yeah, I think his body is a little bit more narrow than I initially thought. And shoulders are up there, so chest ends here. Then let me look at my reference photos. And one last question before I hop off for today. If there was a Legend Reborn show, should there be an episode where Malum just vibes with a Vorox and a Zesk? Yes. Yes, they should. I think that would be kind of cute. I think that would be very cute. Yeah. You know, I want to show you guys my... I'm going to show you one more thing, guys. Hold on. Because this is close to the end of the stream, and nobody watches this far. Nobody ever watches this far. So I could do whatever I want. Because I know no one will ever really watch it. So I'm going to do something special. That is part of my reference. At least a sneak peek. There you go. And since you already seen the top part of it, let me... There we go. There we go. No one's going to see that. No one will. Nobody ever really watches this far. Only you, my loyal fans, that stick with me in the end. So thank you for watching, you know, this far into the stream. If you made it this far, thank you. It's very kind of you. And honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do it without y'all. Oh, wait. I did an oopsie. I did an oopsie. There we go. Oopsie resolved. Udron Micro says, well, goodbye. See you next time. See you later, my fellow compatriot. Have a good one. There we go. That will do. And then that will do. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I forgot about those pieces. So would he have bigger forms or no? I don't think so. No, I'm gonna keep him. I think I'm gonna keep him pretty slim. Yeah. All right. Have fun, man. Woo. Oh, man. All right. this? Down. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. All right, I think I need to do that. Down, 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 bam, 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 bam. I feel like honestly that works. That actually works pretty well. All right. There we go, and I'll go there. God, okay, I feel like the perspective is off on that one. Gosh, how do I hate long, pointy heads. Long heads are a pain, mainly due to the fact that you need to have the perspective just right. And I feel like it would have to be here. There we go. There we go. I think that's as close as I'm ever going to get to that perspective for that type of head. There we go. Is it ideal? No. Does it work? Probably. There we go. Now I get to darken these lines. do. There we go. Another character done for the most part. Oh God. There we go. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Beautiful. Now, I get to darken some lines. Yippee! There we go. And am I missing anything else? Oh, right. Right. There we go. So I got UH1. All right. Let's do it this way. UH1, Voa, Huzu, Nua, Wakaragi, and Gandu. All done. Woo! I think that's a wrap. I think I did good. Well, fellow compatriots, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I know it was not much, just me drawing and doodling. But I hope you all had a great time. I certainly did, drawing all these characters and these designs. It was a lot of fun. If you want to go ahead and check me out, any social media outlets, you can find them down in the description, down below. Links in the description. And also, I want to go ahead and buy some artwork. I'm selling some on ascendingdepths.etsy.com. So if you like the art that you see, be sure to go ahead and check that out. But anyways, that's all for now. Hope you all enjoy. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.